So £125 or $210 for a Battleforce, and we've got the full price list for the Blood Angels releases as well. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're just taking a quick look over the price list for the very large amount of Warhammer 40k releases that are coming out this weekend. It's often a bit of a shaky moment when Games Workshop have revealed some very nice kits and then you find out just how much they cost, but personally I feel like the Battleforces they haven't done too badly with, so let's talk through them briefly and then look over the prices for Blood Angels and Space Marines. So the 6 Warhammer 40k Battleforces are either £120 or £125, or $200 to $210. 3 of them are a bit cheaper, the Space Marine one with all the Phobos armor guys, the Guard Bastion platoon with plenty of infantry, Sentinel and a Hydra, and the Chaos Space Marine Decimation warband. That means that out of these 3, the Guard one is actually the one that offers the biggest discount off the kits separately, though it's by far the weakest in terms of the amount of points that you get at around about 550. The standard Space Marine one does offer a decent discount as well, 46% off the kit separately, though a lot of people seem to be a bit disappointed with this one. It's not so different in aesthetic from the already available Start Collecting Vanguard Space Marine set. I feel like people might have gone for it a bit more if it had been a bit more of the standard Primaris line with things like Intercessors and Inceptors in perhaps. Finally, discount-wise, the Chaos Space Marine Decimation Warband does seem to be the weakest of the bunch. It's £120 for around about £165 worth of models, so roughly a 38% discount, which is a fair bit lower than most of the others. I guess on the plus side, at least most of the sculpts are really quite recent. The Xenos ones all cost £125 or $210, but it's here that we see the biggest discounts as well. That Tau Star Pulse Cadre really gets you a bunch of the core units for Tau Empire, and can quite easily get you the most points on the tabletop out of any of these boxes, particularly if you overload the Crisis suits and drones with gear. In any case, a 50% discount isn't too shabby. The Tyranid Brood Swarm is the second best with a 52% discount compared with the kits separately, but I think it has to be said that the real winner here is the Necron Eradication Legion. 900 points worth of models on the table, almost all of the units being decently usable within a Necron army, and the biggest discount of the whole lot, basically 59% off all the kits separately. I'd argue the Necron players have done the best out of these Christmas Battleforces. Could be a very reasonable expansion to an Indomitus set, as I'm sure Games Workshop intends. Overall, for the prices for the Battleforce boxes, I do feel that these are about right. I was estimating somewhere around 125 to 130 for these, so to have some of them be a little bit lower is quite a nice surprise. And I'm glad that Games Workshop have priced these fairly competitively. I'm sure they'll be flying off the shelves. Next up we have the 2 core Codex Space Marine releases of the week, the Assault Intercessors and the Gladiator tank. I'm surprised that we haven't seen some of the other Space Marine releases alongside this. We're still waiting on the Heavy Intercessors, the Heavy Bolt Rifle Captain and the Storm Speeder. I strongly suspect that they'll be out before the year ends, but currently we're still in limbo on those for anyone who wanted to add them to their army. In any case, the Assault Intercessors will be £36.50 or $60, the same price as the standard variant stateside, though a little bit more expensive in the UK. I'm sure quite a lot of people will be looking forward to getting their hands on more sculpts of these guys, though I'd still personally be looking to get more of them out of either Indomitus people reselling or out of the starter sets, as they're going to be significantly cheaper than these. Say buying that Elite Edition means that you could get a full squad of Assault Intercessors and the Outriders, as well as an entire Necron force for less price than the Assault Intercessors plus Outriders boxes outside of it. I would strongly consider it as an alternative if you didn't desperately need the multi-pose kits. The Gladiator is unsurprisingly quite expensive, £52.50 or $80. I'll admit I was expecting it to be quite highly priced, seeing as it seems to be an upgrade on the Impulsor, which I felt was already very expensive in itself for essentially a Primaris Rhino or Razorback. At least for gamers, I'd argue that it might be slightly better value than the Impulsor, at least in terms of money per point, as at least for only a small increase in money, you get a big main battle tank out of the kit, rather than just a dedicated transport. In any case, I still find it pretty pricey. Finally, we have Codex Blood Angels and the surrounding releases. The Codex is £17.50 or $30, not desperately unexpected seeing as that was what these Space Wolves and Deathwatch ones were. It's not too bad a value as a book from Games Workshop to be honest, but becomes a bit less so when you're expected to buy this on top of Codex Space Marines. Quite a lot of money just to play your sub-faction. In better news though, the Blood Angels Combat Patrol is £85 or $140, and I must admit I like it far more than the Space Wolf or Deathwatch boxes that we've got so far. Far less of the value is tied up in expensive characters or upgrade sprues. There's a bit more focus on actual units in the box. You get 10 standard Primaris, 3 Aggressors and an Impulsor on top of a Primaris Librarian who hasn't been discounted before. I'd say it's a solid pickup for basically any chapter, though it doesn't exactly scream Blood Angels. There's a box of Death Company Intercessors, which is £27.50 or $45. These seem to be the mirror image of the Talons of Morkai release. Basically a box of 5 multi-part Intercessors with a Blood Angels upgrade sprue included. To be honest, if you were going Death Company Intercessors anyway, you can now arm them with Astartes Chainswords as Assault Intercessors in Death Company, so it might well be better to just buy a box of Assault Intercessors or something and combine that with either a Blood Angels upgrade sprue or just mark out the differences in paint. Finally, they have their unique dice and data cards. The dice are £20 or $35 and the data cards are £10 or $15. So overall, I have to say I'm at least fairly happy with the Battleforce boxes, and if you are looking at a fair set of reinforcements for any of those factions, they do seem like a reasonable pickup, and particularly the Tau and Necron ones for me. I'd be interested to hear what you think of the prices. Are they too high? Are they too low? Are they about right? I look forward to having a read down in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe. I do try and keep abreast of the news and updates for Warhammer 40k as it comes out, so feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics or check back later if you'd like to see some more. Finally, if you have been getting good value out of these videos, I'd just like to mention that the channel has a Patreon page which you can find down in the video description. If you are watching regularly, then any support keeping the videos coming is massively appreciated, and channel patrons get a fair few decent advantages, including seeing videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things come next, and automatic entry into the channel's monthly prize giveaway with a chance to win some big model kits. If any of that sounds good to you, or you'd just like to help support the channel, then the link is down in the video description below. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.